Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this week I don't really have any book reviews to do. I couldn't think of any specific video to do on books, and I have like the April recap coming up where I'm going to talk about all the books that I read in the last few weeks. So I don't have any new reviews to bring to you, so I was trying to find a video to do. And this was a fun one that I found with some questions, little book get to know me type questions. I'm kind of like going through different books, and I thought this was really fun. There's 10 questions, and we'll see if I go through all of them. Let's jump into it. And if you have any fun answers to these questions, of course, leave them in the comments down below. So the first question is favorite color, and do you have a book in that color? So my favorite color is definitely green and some blues. So first, like of course, the Gentle and Lowly, Loveliest Place, the Union series, those are all green, and I really like those because I really like the color green. And then I found some random books on my shelf that I really like the colors of. This is a random Jeanette Oak book, The Bluebird and the Sparrow. And I actually remember really liking this one. It's about two sisters, very different. Bluebird versus Sparrow. One's very beautiful, one's very plain, one's very outgoing and friendly, and the other's not so much. But yeah, this is a really great color. And then I also really like the color of Side by Side here. I got a little ink on the cover, but it's like this really cool gray-blue color. So those are a few books that are in my favorite color. The second question says, describe yourself in 3 book characters. So I would say Anne from Anne of Green Gables, just because she's really outgoing. She's very loud, kind of puts her foot in her mouth sometimes. She's definitely the crazier of all of her friends and very romantic, has all these dreams for her life. That's definitely, I relate to that. And then I was gonna say Ginny Weasley, but really just because of her big family. I probably relate more to Hermione because from Harry Potter, because I'm very much of a rule follower. I like everyone to follow the rules and know what the rules are, and I love random facts, and so I would totally be like Hermione and read Hogwarts a history and tell everyone like all the random facts about it because I love knowing all those little things. So Anne Shirley, Hermione Granger, and Emma from Jane Austen, because she's very much of like a meddler in other people's lives sometimes, and she has very strong opinions, but then like by the end of Emma she's a lot more gentle and humble. So hopefully I'm on that trail towards the more gentle, humble. Definitely had a lot of growth in my life, but I definitely relate to Emma in just seeing her character development and the way that she's, I don't know, very loud in the beginning. So those are all 3 characters I feel like pretty well describe me. No, question number 3. Hyped books. Do I like hyped books? Yay or nay? No, I do not like hyped books because I've tried too many of them and they have all turned out really terrible. I really don't understand why people like all these books that they hype them up and then I read them and there's not even anything good to them. What was the most hyped book that I decided not to read? I can't think of any. Basically, any modern fiction book, like the Throne of Glass series, is pretty much like the most popular BookTube, Bookstagram book series, and it looks really dumb and very modern. So I decided to definitely not read those. Number 4, recommend 1 book per season. All the books for all the seasons. I think Jane Eyre would be for fall. I just finished Persuasion, which it takes place in the summer because I actually have the summer edition. Yeah, so Persuasion for the summer, Jane Eyre for the fall. For the winter, I would say Edith Wharton's Ethan Frome for winter because it's so well written and makes you feel so cold and you feel the snow and everything. So if you really wanted to feel like winter, I would recommend reading that book. And then a book for spring.
5 hours later.
I don't know. I would say, like, I don't know if this actually takes place in spring, but I would say Emma for the spring because it's so just lighthearted and fun and kind of romantic. So I think that's generally like the feelings you have in spring, like new life and very just fun, and that's how I felt when I read Emma, kind of quirky, so I think that would be a fun book to read in spring. Name 1 book that wrecked you emotionally. The only one that I can really think of, well, Jane Eyre, I cried in that book Ooh, Where the Redford Grows. Whenever I was probably 10 or younger, my dad actually read it aloud to us, and I don't often cry during books, and especially whenever I'm listening or someone's reading out loud to me. But the Where the Red Fern Grows, I cried so much. And then the movie totally ruined it. It wasn't even sad. But that was one that was a very emotional book. Number 6, name a book that you always recommend. Nonfiction, Gentle and Lowly, 100% always recommend it. And fiction book, Jane Eyre. I think I would always recommend that. 7, what book would you recommend with tea and cookies? I don't know, when I think of like something you're gonna read with tea and cookies, it's something, I mean, that you're gonna be more like sitting up at a table reading it, maybe you have your pen or your pencil, so that makes me think of something like Gentle and Lowly or Respectable Sins, those like more serious books I would want to read with tea and cookies, I guess. Number 9, favorite dessert and a book that reminds you of that dessert. My favorite dessert is definitely ice cream. A book that reminds me of that. I can't think of any books that have ice cream in them. Maybe Harry Potter, because they go to Hogsmeade and they get all the sweets there. My least favorite dessert is definitely cake, which makes me think of Emma because her father's always telling everyone not to eat cake because it'll ruin your health. So I think that's really funny and that reminds me of it. And then the last question, are you a procrastinator? If so, what book have you been procrastinating reading? Yes, I'm a procrastinator. I'm well known for that. And what book am I procrastinating reading? Well, basically all of my books. I definitely put off reading them and don't make the time for them that I should. But one that I'm currently reading right now that I'm definitely procrastinating with is the Deep Nutrition book, because I started this 6 months ago at least, and I'm not even halfway through it. I really need to just like jump in and read it, but I get so busy and then I want to read like whole chapters at a time, which I don't really have time for that right now. So that is where I'm procrastinating with my reading specifically, but in general, I procrastinate with basically everything. So yeah, probably not the best thing, and we'll see. And I'm kind of scared to see like the April recap next week because I did not read very much. I got so busy. I had a math test and I have another one coming up. So I was so busy with doing school stuff that I put off reading and basically read nothing for like an entire week. So I'm really curious to see what my reading recap looks like for April. It's probably going to be my worst month, but hey, I read something and I did finish a couple of books, even if it was really slow. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any other random questions or if you have any books that you want me to review, definitely leave them in the comments below, or you can follow me over on Instagram and send me a message on there. I post throughout the week and sometimes do some stories on there, so it's a fun place to follow me and keep up with me. And thank you for just following along and watching these videos. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. That really does help my channel and help it to grow and more people to hear about it and see reviews for books. So I hope you are having a great week and happy reading, and I will see you next week. Bye!